Hello guys and gals, me Mudahar. Today we're going to be talking about bait today, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, bait on the internet, bait accounts. Now, you might have heard of the term maps. You've heard of it on Twitter and various other social media services. Right, ladies and gentlemen? Now, maps are what some individuals like to call minor attracted persons. I'm just straight up going to call them what they are, criminals, okay, ladies and gentlemen? Anybody that has that kind of a definition attached to them, self-described, absolutely should be subject to federal authorities searching their hard drives. And, if anything bad is...
The fucking maps, they can suck their own dicks. True. I was watching one video on stream, I don't remember what one, but I at some point started ranting about all the shitty people, like the zoo sadists and the maps, who are just trying to get in on that LGBTQIA plus umbrella for I don't even know why. I guess maybe they're just hoping to normalize their shitty shit and they can't be criticized or something. I'm not having it.
To be found going straight to the jail, okay? That's pretty much what my belief is. If you think, whoa, Muda, you're a little risque for that, let me remind you, unhinged person, 99.99% of the world rightfully has the same opinion. It's actually the one opinion that brings everyone together no matter what. Now, the reason I'm talking about maps again is in the last couple days, I've seen this trend immensely around the world. And it's trended mostly for the fact that there is a bait account on the internet that used to exist, it's been taken down, that actually posted a bit of cringe. Now, what was a cringe, ladies and gentlemen? This account, Blue No Matter Who, posts with all the...
Whoa. Okay, wait, hold on. Mudo said it was a bait account. I literally just fell for it. Pride Month is not just for gays, trans, and maps. Okay, hold on. Alright, I'm triggered. Let's let Papa Muda explain.
Flags attributed to it, a globe and a G, writes, Pride Month is not just for the gays, trans, and MEPs. No matter your color, creed, orientation, or however you were born, be proud of who and what you are. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Pride Month is an interesting month. It's the month where a lot of these psyops tend to happen. I remember a couple of years ago, I was talking about something known as Operation Pridefall, which was literally a 4chan thread, a bait thread, if you will, where a bunch of 4chaners were effectively going to run some operations on mainstream social media services and kind of cause some pandemonium.
4chan is another website I've never been to, and it's probably only been all the better for my life.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, obviously, I don't believe that ever went to fruition. But the thing is, there is a lot of campaigns like this that happen. And it was like years ago where it really didn't cause that big of an issue, I would say, mostly because the internet was a lot younger and getting things viral. The definition of virality back in the day was like maybe a couple thousand views or pings or whatever. Nowadays, with how widespread social media services are in the internet, you can getting something viral now means it's going to get viewed millions upon millions of times. And honestly, anybody with a computer can signal boost anything and basically fuck up the flow of information, so to speak. Now, of course, this account is bait because
Will the internet ever scale to a point where, like, can we ever really pass millions of views being the viral thing? Because aren't we like running out of people to put on the internet? I don't know if it's true, but I heard that, like, Facebook was trying to add internet to new parts of the world so they could keep growing. Like, they sure as shit wasn't doing it for charity.
obviously it's been taken down. If you look it up right now, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't exist. And when it did exist, unfortunately, I don't have a screenshot of it exactly, but when the account did exist, it literally was made March of 2023, April of 2023, effectively this year, okay? A couple months ago. They basically had the account brewing in the pot, waiting for it to actually drop some juicy bombs, if you will. Now, if you look at the history of this account, a few screenshots have showcased how obvious bait that it is, okay? You know who else didn't support reparations? Hitler. Of course, this only got viewed 4,600 times. Nobody was going to catch on it. Reparations isn't about money. It's about taking responsibility and admitting our country was founded on the backs of BIPOCs.
What the fuck is a BIPOC? Winning merch? Aries needs to know if they share a birthday with this degenerate Twitter account.
White supremacy is a state of mind. It doesn't matter what your skin color is, what? Okay.
But I don't know what a BIPOC is. What is it? Bisexual people of color? Maybe I'm overthinking this. This is obviously not the most important part.
Obviously, it's a bait account that's pretty much designed to effectively spark some outrage, okay? Some person on the other side of the aisle is going to look at this and go, oh no, you see?
Black identifying / people of color? Oh, Black, Indigenous, and people of color from Google. Oh, okay. I'm learning here.
This is how crazy these fucking nut jobs are. Retweet. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, during one of its peaks, that map tweet that they made actually hit up to around 500,000 almost users. Now, obviously, it went up to multiple millions. It was shared a whole heck of a lot. And it's one of those things where anytime maps trend, unanimously on the entire hashtag, everyone is hating on it. Why? Because maps are unanimously hated. Now, obviously, nobody, in my opinion, is truly trying to normalize.
Aries is correct. Never doubted for a moment. If there is anyone I trust to teach me about things that I don't know what they are, it's Aries. Since they dove deep into the Sink Pissers subreddit to tell us what was going on there, so we didn't have to sully our sanity.
Maps as part of the entire like LGBT spectrum. In fact, the most vocal individuals I've ever heard are the actual people in the LGBT who say, this shit's fucking weird. We hate them, homie.
All of us. Every gay person hopefully says that.
And that's pretty much what it comes down to. Are there actual maps on the internet and people that genuinely have these beliefs? Obviously, there's a fair amount of weirdos on the internet. And it's those weirdos that as soon as they're pretty open about their beliefs about such a disgusting, decrepit matter, the entire internet pretty much all comes down.
It's meant to be unifying / signal solidarity. I love solidarity. It was people being like, what the fuck is this? Or people who are talking about pissing. A true heroes, we salute you. Get some 07s in the chat for that guy.
Down orbital laser cannon and fucking nukes them off, ratios them to high hell. And honestly, I never want to live in a world where a belief like minor attracted persons are ever supposed to be accepted. The day that that world happens is the day that I'm moving to the goddamn moon and living as a full recluse. Because at that point, I can't trust y'all humans anymore. Y'all are too far gone. That's pretty much what it comes down to. And honestly, the fact that these accounts kick up as bait is really a showcase as to how successful that bait ends up becoming. Now you might be like, Muda, aren't you basically like signal boosting this yourself and allowing the bait to be successful? Look, whether I make this video or not, there are far larger individuals who fall for this line of misinformation and purport it. All I can really do is help people identify what bait is. The whole reason for the beginning of the video was to basically showcase that that account was a bait title. Even its profile picture, ladies and gentlemen, if you go back and look at it carefully yet again, this guy right over here, yes, ladies and gentlemen,
looks like a really pixelated version of if you was like, hey mom, can we have a Markiplier? And then mom was like, we have really pixelated Markiplier at home.
And if you basically take this picture and throw it into a reverse image search, surprise, surprise, you're going to find that this image exists in numerous parts of the internet. Whoa, look at all these visual matches. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is a stock image of a model. That's how it goes, okay? Nowadays, somebody could just generate somebody's selfie through Midjourney, and no one would be the wiser.
A question I must ponder that I don't hear ever asked. Are there models well, I mean, I guess they would be models. I don't know why I was about to say models or stock image models. Like, they're all models, right? Are there ever models that are like have really shitty repercussions for things they didn't do because some kind of like degenerate trolls like this Twitter account or something like yoink their picture and then like use it for shitty behavior? I'm sure there are people of every gender and orientation who are also maps, etc., but there are also criminals of every stripe who also have different genders/orientations. True.
See, there are other sites where this magical figure has appeared. Sites like
Everyone can be a shitty person.
WordPress, things couples do.
Wait, did I say everyone or anyone? Does not matter what you are. But any who you are can be a shitty person. There we go.
Home of amazing stories, health, and techs. Married to a brute prince. Oh shit, I think we're reading. Yeah, it's straight up smut. Why was she acting like this? Irradiated with herself. She looked at the man in front of her. Good lord, he was enticing. A feast to the eyes.
He looks like a fuckboy. Well, they are using him for smut. Apparently there is a NSFW Clippy fan fiction. For anyone who doesn't know. Though I guess hopefully everyone knows, or you're probably too young to be in my stream. But apparently there's a NSFW fan fiction of Clippy. Of, hey, I see you're trying to do something. Can I help you with that, fam?
I'm not going to scroll down even further because you know we're going to get to cock rings at some point. Now, other larger individuals, one of these guys, Stephen Hilton, verified user with 1.7 million views, decided to promote this. Maps are now included in Pride Month? I hope they all burn in hell! MAP stands for Minor Attracted Persons, aka pedophiles. If you are tired of this, shit. I love how hell is not censored, but shit is supposedly censored.
It's fucking real. Wait, what part's real? I mean, some stock photos have basically made the models famous for a variety of things. Like, fuck, what is it? Oh, the Clippy fanfic, you're welcome. Fuck, what is it? Hide Your Pain Harold or whatever? It's just always like that old dude is like looking at the camera.
To succeed in the algorithm. Anyways, you go down over here and literally people inside here straight up say, bro, nobody supports this shit. Why is this guy tweeting this? Listen, boomer, it's called a bait account off of a image board website, okay? Some troll decided to have a lot of fun, and unfortunately, dumbass boomers who cannot identify a fucking bait account.
You can read it for free? Wait, is there fan fiction that you have to pay for? Yeah, Hide the Pain Harold is a great example.
Decided to tweet this out like an actual human being was pushing this belief. Again, for an account made in
Hide the Pain Harold became a famous meme template from his stock image. And then further became famous because he became the... Sorry for the door. He became the internet historian's VTube model, I guess. I don't know what you'd call it.
March 2023, months ago, with a...
I made my Elden Ring character look like Harold. Do you have a picture of it? Please, if you have a picture of it, put it in my Discord.
A profile picture straight out of Shutterstock and an entire Rolodex of tweets that would make a chat GPT bot seem more human is pretty...
Like, it's on fucking Amazon. I can read it for free on my Kindle. Okay, that's actually kind of wild. I expected it to be on some, like, fucking obscure-ass blog or something, not fucking Kindle.
Pretty much a dead giveaway that you're dealing with a troll. Come on now. Oh, there were other people here. All the check marks come out. And I love how one person, like, you would think that they would be distancing themselves from this. If not, they should. Trust me, everyone when attributed to this shit, all evades from it. Everyone is trying to push up against this. This is some brain damage shit. This guy comes in, so maps are gonna be a thing. Again, you're kind of referencing an individual that is a bait account. Jesus Christ. Now, at the end of the day, we live in a world where, honestly, like I said, anything can go viral to millions of people, and without any sort of fact-checking, it's really up to you to basically sit down and make sure whatever you're looking at is actually legitimate in the...
This is why it's so important to not include gender identity and sexual orientations classified as disorders or pathology. That didn't make sense. Phone typing. Oh good, I thought I was having a stroke.
The first place. When I was a kid growing up in Canada, there was a popular TV PSA. If I find it, I'll edit it into the video. It was about like house hippos, where like literally they 3D CGI'd some house hippos walking around, miniature hippos. And the entire point of the PSA was like, hey, dumbass, there's no such thing as house hippos. You might have read it on some crazy website on the internet, doesn't make it true. And so basically the idea was, please try to actually educate yourself and use the internet as a tool and use basic common sense to realize that some things on the internet are just not true. This account caused a fair bit of pandemonium in amongst like some of the most influential voices in some of the most political parts of the internet. And unfortunately, for situations like this, I know this stuff like the back of my hand. I know a goddamn psyop when I see it, okay?
Canada had fucking PSA commercials about internet trolls. We need some of that shit in America. It is important to not include gender identity and sexual orientation in disorders or pathologies because things like pedophilia and bestiality are not guaranteed orientations, they are pathologies. Like, pedophilia is such a ridiculously fucked up shit that if anyone acts on that, like, I don't know, I probably wouldn't feel too bad for just being like, they should be shot or something extreme, right? But I also kind of hope that if they don't act on it, maybe science can figure out like why people have those problems, and they can be like, I don't know, worked on in therapy or something. Because I'm not enough of a monster to be like, well, if they're fighting their ridiculously fucked up intrusive thoughts, they don't deserve help or something. But damn, it's so fucked up. Isn't Beauty and the Beast bestiality? Only for the first part until he turns back into a human, right?
I know objective reality right in front of me. And that's because I've spent time on the internet. I'm terminally goddamn online. I spent time on the 4chan image boards, okay? Maybe not on the raunchier sides as much as I spent time on paranormal and VG.
Maybe it's kind of like the whole like torturing animals as a kid thing, right? Because I think a lot of the perpetrators of like sexual crimes are often they themselves victims of sexual crimes at some point. So like maybe as a society and a world or whatever you want to call us, we need to start like recognizing these signs and like helping these people early before it's a problem, right? Or something. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm just an idiot. Just an idiot on the internet.
And whatnot, but this kind of stuff is par for the course, if you will. The entire map movement, if you actually...
A person can entertain the idea of something criminal and never act on it. True. I forget the fancy word for it. It's like Sweden or French or something, but it's the call of the void. People have intrusive thoughts. It's like, I'm not an expert on the psychology of it, so like fact check me if what I say interests you. But like, people have like these intrusive thoughts as like a check for the brain to be like, all right, we did not act on this. We are functioning as intended. You know, when you're driving and you're just like, fuck, what if I ran over a bunch of people or whatever, right? You're standing on your cliff and you're like, what if I just yeet myself? I don't know what other kinds of intrusive thoughts people have.
Actually wanted to like look at the history for it is a movement that originated out of Tumblr of all places too. Around 2016, there were actually map boards that were literally all about promoting this disgusting ideology.
What the fuck? The map bullshit goes all the way back to 2016? I feel like I only just heard of it recently, like the last 2 or 3 years. The 2020s. 2016. Apparently this shit goes way back.
Even those posts weren't real. It was literally just a bunch of people trying to start up a psyop, so to speak.
Wait. Is Papa Muda saying that this map shit started as a giant troll and then, like, actual shitty pedophiles just ran with it? How long has NAMBLA been around? What is NAMBLA? Quick science side of chat, I need to know what NAMBLA is so I can answer this question that I probably don't know the answer to.
And it was that psyop that started bleeding into general social media services, and people started believing that it was a real thing. At one point, they even made a whole flag about them, and it's all bullshit. None of it is actually for realsies. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a group of actual degenerate idiots, actual degenerates who have made some fake news up, spread it around on the internet, and some dumbasses have started reposting it as an
North American Man Boy Love Association? What in the Sam hell?
actual reality. No, I don't believe maps are a real thing. Is the ideology completely bullshit? No. Obviously,
I'm not normally one to disagree with Papa Muda, but there are legitimate maps.
there are people who share this kind of a sick, disgusting thing. They're called pedophiles, and they should absolutely 100% be investigated and stopped before they
There's been a Boy Lovers Association since 1978.
offend and break rules that they can never ever unbreak. That is the reality. When it comes to this weird map movement, obviously, if you look into the history for it, it's not real. It's literally created as some psyop from a few trolls that eventually grew larger than it actually is. Which is kind of one thing that you can say about really anything else on the internet too. Any of these weird ideologies that like 4 or 5 people create on a Discord server, they send it out through a couple websites, and eventually it snowballs into something that has a mind of its own. Anyways, though, maps are disgusting, maps are terrible. But if you're falling for a goddamn bait account and you're sharing it around like it's real and having it trend up and shut up my feeds, pretending like this is some great moral panic that's happening, you are literally falling for a few image board users and their shenanigans. Be smarter. Look at the account next time. They're not real. Anyways, I wanted to point this out and just bring it up to you.
I maybe misinterpreted what Papa Muda said. Like, I totally agree there's a ton of AIDS accounts, and I'm willing to accept that this whole thing was probably started by some idiots on 4chan or whatever. But I've also definitely seen some commentary channels I like to watch, like having beef with a fucking map, right? Like, I've seen people talk about, like the dude in the dolphin fucker video, right? Like, being like, I hope one day what I did was as accepted as gay people or whatever. Like, there's definitely people that do shitty things and want to get under the gay umbrella. They wanted people to believe that boys were somehow consenting to those relationships. I want to have beef with a map. A true Nambla.
Because, yeah, from what it seemed like, maps were coming back all alive. And you know what? This will probably happen next year. This will probably happen in a few months anyways. These kind of accounts kick up from time to time, and the outrage that they spark ends up spreading everywhere. So before you end up shaking this around and getting mad at an account for something like this, just realize these are bait accounts, all right? You might not be as terminally online as me, so maybe you won't be able to recognize this shit and connect the dots as quick enough. But after today, you know better, all right? If you don't like me, that's fine and dandy, but at least you goddamn learned something today. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Mudahar, and I'm out.
Fucking map. What is this thumbnail? I'll pee on you? Dating is dead and you'll be single forever?